Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see you here. I'm Marcie Grube, and again, the social media manager here for Shelters United. I'm so honored to be here, and I'm really excited to share a few of the ways I have found success in helping pets with some challenging health issues find happy forever families. So let's get started on my first slide. All right. Limitations equal opportunities. Yes, it is true. As Dr. Jones said, many pets come in with their own backgrounds, stories, histories, challenges. These three are just a few, whether it's an illness, a disease, or a surgery need. They can be overwhelming for potential adopters, obviously, without any prior education about that issue is health-wise. Age is a factor sometimes. Senior pets can sometimes be overlooked by adopters. Health issues can be challenging or also cost prohibitive for some adopters who may not understand treatment options or treatment support. And behavior, well, we all have issues, but again, these can also overwhelm potential adopters without prior education as well. But we can reframe these limitations into opportunities and share why these pets are special and unique, and also educate our followers to help these pets find forever families. So instead of seeing these challenges as obstacles, I hopefully will turn your paradigm around a little bit today, and we can see them as opportunities. And what opportunities are they, Marcie? Well, we can use limitations to tell that pet story in a way that finds them a perfect forever family. And we can also educate fans or followers who may not be ready or available yet to adopt, but they may be in the future. And they can be better equipped for that time. We all know that social media is a game changer, not really just for pets, but for life. The little two critters on the left, if you guys know who they are, you can chat their name if you know them on Instagram. They're social media stars. But really, there's been a rise in awareness for senior or medically challenged pets through social media. The one on the very left is Marty. She's a sweet senior doggie who was adopted. She had vestibular disease, some major dental issues, was also partially blind, but at her time when she passed this time last year, she had 1.9 million followers on Instagram. That's how many people were in love with this little dog. The cat right next to her is my favorite. That's little Bub. And she had some genetic issues, osteoporosis, some feline dwarfism. But at the time of her passing, she had 3 million Facebook followers, which was so amazing. And why do you think these pets are so beloved on Instagram and social media? Well, they're special, they're unique, they're one of a kind, and their owners really showed the love and how their specialness really affected others and them. And you guys have special one of a kind pets as well in your facilities and organizations. The second reason on social media why these stories do so well is everyone loves a good comeback story. And especially now, we need good news more than ever. It's especially important today. And these two stories I found trolling peoplepets.com. They're really easy to find, and that's because people love them so much. The black lab and the little beautiful collar, her name is Wiggles, and she had a big tumor, which was benign, but she was overlooked at the shelter. She was at 5A's animal shelter, but she was adopted after 11 years, and she was adopted last month, which is really exciting. The two little pups on the right with the little heart bandanas, which I love, those are Reese and Coco from Northeast Animal Shelter. And they both recovered from parvo, and they also had patent ductus arteriosus. I said that right, Dr. Jones, I hope. And that means a blood vessel won't close properly. So they needed a heart surgery, which I thought was cute with the heart bandanas. And they both got their surgeries that they needed, and they were adopted this month too. But they were really popular on People Pets. People love these stories. And some of these pets get overlooked, but us as people, who else has felt overlooked, forgotten, and down on our luck? I think that's something we can all really relate to, especially your followers on social media, because we attach emotional meaning to these stories as people, which is why they're so important to us and why they resonate so much with us. So for the next 3 slides are 3 ways you can creatively tell these stories your one-of-a-kind pets. So next, please, to my favorite option, which is using pop culture, which I love pop culture. I go to Comic-Con every year and I love it. It's so much fun. But remember when I said that good comeback stories, everyone loves a good comeback story? Well, pop culture is tons of good comeback stories, especially in, comic books, like Marvel movies that we all have watched. They seep into movies, books, music, comics, TV shows, all kinds of references. So these are 2 examples that I've used. One is Champion. And if you can guess where Champion comes from, which show, that's his meme on the left with Rob Lowe, literally. So chat up if you know what show Champion comes from. And the second story was 4 senior cats, and this is kind of a gimme, but they also came from a show. Their names were Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia, and they were all senior cats. And they were both stories that I worked on. Champion had a leg which was shattered in a few places when he came in. He would be a lot happier without that, caused him a lot of pain. So he was a tripod. And if you guess Parks and Rec, you're correct. He was literally the bravest pup that we knew, and we shared his story, and he was adopted right away. And the 4 senior cats obviously are from Golden Girls, and we use them to celebrate senior cats in that story, and they all found wonderful, happy, forever homes. And I am very sorry that there are no Schitt's Creek references. Next slide. We can also reframe the limitations so the adopter is more open and willing to learn and take in that story. And I try to reframe it into something that's more positive. Of course, we want to tell the truth about health and behavior issues. We always want to make sure that an adopter is supported. But if appropriate, making it lighthearted, fun to read, and especially educational helps adopters be open and accepting of a pet's health or behavior issue. So instead of saying hyperactive, you can reframe it as this dog is a health and wellness lover, or they're better than any Peloton trainer. I'm not a Peloton person, but I've heard those people are crazy inspiring and really get you engaged and out in the world. So you can always frame a pet that way. Another one is not good with pets. Perhaps you could say that they want nothing more than to be your only child, and that it's date night every single night. Never spend a night alone because you have your furry bestie with you. Try to think about it like a dating profile. We know that the one is out there, so we can frame a pet's characteristics again, so adopter can perhaps be amused by them and intrigued and want to learn more, and be more open with learning about how they can be the correct or right match for that pet. And the last tip that I have is a good name can tell a pet's story. So who has time? Picture yourself. You're ready to write an adoption story. You sit down at your computer, there's classical music wafting from the other room, you have a steaming cup of tea next to you, and you have hours to craft the perfect adoption story. No one has time for that, nobody. So this is a really good way if you're just short on time, need some inspiration, or you can use it for a limitation perhaps. And these are 2 examples that I have worked on. There are 2 cats. One is Phoenix, was a Maine Coon kitty, and he came in and he had chemical burns on his paws and on his nose. So we had to wrap his paws with a vet wrap. But when he was all healed and ready, we said that he rose from the ashes to help find his forever family was the name that we chose. And the second one was Valentine, and Valentine had a heart murmur, but we said that his heart just couldn't contain all the love he had for his potential forever family. And it was around Valentine's Day too, so it was a nice seasonal tie-in as well, which totally works for a name. You can be seasonal. You could do flowers for spring right now. They can be related to events or celebrities. I know right now I'm probably the only one left watching American Idol, but I do You could do Katy Perry from American Idol. And pro tip, if you do name them after a celebrity, you can tweet them to the celebrity and get them to notice their pets. You might get a retweet to get some extra eyes on that pet. So I hope these tips were helpful and helped inspire some creativity to market your adoptable pets. Remember to tug on those heartstrings. You guys have amazing stories there. I know you do. And people want to hear that good news. They want to hear those comeback stories. And we'll email all these tips to you, so don't worry if you're just tired and didn't write any notes, no worries. We'll send them all to you. But thank you so much for your dedication. I appreciate your hard work so much, and I really appreciate your time today. Thank you.